Have you ever wondered what it would be like to see dead people? For Caterina Ligato, it's an everyday experience, and she joins us to talk about her unusual vocation. Good morning, Caterina.
Morning, Caterina.
Good morning.
Thanks for coming in.
Thank you.
It must be extraordinarily disturbing for you.
It is not at all disturbing. I actually, it's just such an honour to have these gifts.
Really?
And I've had this vision from when I was very young, so I've grown up having this gift.
How did you
very natural.
How did you first discover it?
It occurred from when I was young. It just began being able to communicate with people on the other side. They would communicate to me, and I was able to see them, speak to them. They were aware that I was also able to speak and hear them also.
Because I'm suspecting that you probably didn't think there was anything unusual about it at that time, that you didn't think anything.
Being so young, absolutely not. It wasn't until I got older that I realised other people couldn't see what I could see.
Yeah. But there must be people, when we talk about, please tell me if I get the terminology wrong, but if there are spirits that are haunting people, they must be frightening to you.
Well, I understand their fear. They're actually trapped in between worlds. Therefore, they are extremely anxious. They're very lost. They don't know where to go. They don't know how to get to the other side. So it's a matter of calming them and speaking to them and helping them to realise that they're actually in a transitional position and that they can go back, they can return into the realm of spirit. So it's a lot of soothing and calming and just communicating with them until they feel relaxed, and then showing them the light, and always there's somebody on the other side that they may be familiar with to help them, to encourage them to actually cross over. So it's a really beautiful process, and they're relieved of all that fear, and they're able to go home and return into the spirit realm.
But you perform exorcisms?
Yes, I expel negative energies.
Right, well, the very term, I guess we've all seen the movie.
Extremely emotive,
so,
yeah.
It is. It's very frightening, and it's been over-glamorised by, obviously, television, but it's actually...
So it's not like that? It's not like, you know, head spinning, talking, vomiting, all of that sort of...
Not necessarily, no. It's actually someone who has, obviously, a very negative energy around them. And again, it's a matter of healing. I allow divine intervention to take place. I just see myself as that instrument for that person.
How do you not absorb all of that bad energy when, I suppose, you know, I mean, if there's an entity that's attached to someone and you're trying to get rid of them, it would make sense that they'd kind of try to latch onto you.
Before I actually perform an exorcism, I prepare myself. I spend a lot of time in meditative state, and I get myself into a very high vibration. I connect with my guides. Therefore, I'm very focused, and I'm very ready to confront whatever is with that person.
It's a pretty amazing job that you do, because as I understand it, you know, these days psychics are almost becoming new age therapists.
They are.
Yeah,
many,
well, not
many
almost,
people
they are
turning to psychics and healers to actually help them.
What do people want to know?
Everything. People want to know everything. Anything from the relationship to which job to who to marry, everything. People just have endless questions, or people sometimes are very lost and don't have a direction in their lives. So
how do spirits help that?
Okay, we have guides. There's a difference between spirits. We're talking about spirits that are lost and guides. There are guides. Everyone has like a guardian angel that takes care of them. Whether you decide to be open to that or not is your choice. They do not force themselves upon us, but we do have that that type of energy around us to help us and guide us.
Is that the voice that we hear in our head sometimes going, oh, don't do that? Oh,
yeah, or intuition, that gut feeling. Sometimes you get a gut feeling about
that
something.
Little chill?
Yeah, warning us.
So if people come to you,
protecting us.
I would imagine people would come to you and suggest that they're possessed or they're not in control.
People often know that there's something that negative around them. They actually can feel, they feel very not at ease.
How do you know that?
Well,
how can you tell if there's
well, I can see. I'm able to see if it is an entity or if it actually is like a mental illness.
I was going to say, because some of them, it would be psychological, wouldn't it?
Absolutely, absolutely. It's a very fine line between mental illness and possession.
Do you see, I mean, can you see things around us, for instance?
Yes, as I was saying before, I did see an uncle figure around David. I felt that he fought in the Vietnam War. I feel he's from your father's side of the family. And around you, Kim, I was having the feeling of a grandfather figure around you, and he's actually guiding you with your spirituality. He's actually very proud of you.
And you actually, when you were telling us about this in the ad break, you said that David's guide had been bugging you all morning.
Yes.
Does that happen, like, if you have something to tell somebody that you kind of badgered?
I feel that he is wanting David to be a little bit more open, not so shut down, perhaps, to...
In terms of?
To the spirit world.
Right.
Yeah. Mm.
How do you... I mean, I asked you before how you avoid... being entangled in it, but you have actually before had some black occult, I don't actually even know what to call it.
I actually went through a
spell
process. Yeah, I did. And that was a real turning point in my life because it gave me a greater understanding and a greater awareness of how energy can affect us.
What happened exactly?
I had someone put a hex on me when I was very young. And I went through a terrible time of feeling very confused, very disorientated. And because of my psychic gift, I was able to actually see the presence of very dark energies around me. So I could actually feel that someone was wishing me unwell.
And who did it turn out to be?
Well, I'd rather not say. Read my book.
Yeah, exactly.
I'd rather not say.
Yeah, it's an amazing life that you have.
Yes, it has been. It's been quite amazing. But my work I do with a great passion. I absolutely love my work.
Good for you. It's fascinating to meet you.
Yeah, thank you for your time this morning.
Thank you so much for coming in.
Thank you.
All right, and we'll be back with more of us on the...